sky hasn't decided whether it's night or morning. A soft gray blue stretching thin between the rooftops. The city looks half asleep, it's breathing slow, its heartbeat muted, as if it's giving me space to take the first step. A soft lo-fi beat slides into my chest, gentle as a pulse after a long night. It taps out a steady rhythm, not telling me to move, just letting me know that I can. The air tastes cooler now, cleaner, as if the night washed it before the sun arrives. I breathe deeply, the warmth of my breath mixing with the fading cold in a way that feels almost symbolic. A deep warm bass joins the beat, rolling smoothly beneath my ribcage. It's the kind of sound that reminds me that I'm still here, still steady, still rising, even after the longest days. Streetlights fade slowly, their glow thinning as the sky brightens, shadows stretch out and then soften, melting at the edges like they've given up, trying to hide anything. My voice comes out low, part exhaustion, part clarity. It blends perfectly with the quiet world around me, carving out a place where I can sit inside my own thoughts without drowning in them. The first chorus lifts gently, a small but certain rise, like the first hint of sunlight you can't see yet, but can feel. It fills the empty corners of my chest with the warmth I didn't expect this early. Cars pass occasionally, slow and quiet, as if they're still waking up. Their reflections glide across windows, reminding me that life continues even in the softest moments. The second verse brings a faint glow, pads blooming wider, a soft guitar brushing against the air like fingers across fabric. It steadies the thoughts I usually chase, giving them shape, giving them room. The nights left over worries still cling faintly, but they feel lighter now, less like walls, more like shadows that don't know what to do with the light. The second chorus rises with quiet confidence, moving through me like warm wind through open windows. It doesn't push, it invites. My steps fall into an easy rhythm, mind clear breath. Even the world feels like it's handing me a fresh page instead of another hour. The final chorus expands wide, filled with soft color and slow energy. It wraps around me like the morning itself, still forming, still gentle but undeniably new. I stop at the corner watching the first streak of gold appear above the buildings. It's faint but enough to remind me that even slow progress moves forward. I inhale deeply, letting the cool air fill me, letting the music settle in my chest. Then I take another step, steady, unrushed, quietly confident, carried by a rhythm that feels like the beginning of something better, something better.
The room sits in a low amber glow, shadows stretch long across the polished floor. The air feels warm, thick enough to slow my breath, but light enough to let my shoulders drop. A soft click from the lo-fi drums breaks the stillness slow, measured like a heartbeat that's learned to stay calm under pressure. I let it settle into my chest as naturally as breathe. A silky electric piano spreads across the space, its chords lingering a second longer than they need to. The sound wraps around me, smooth as warm fabric, filling the room without crowding it. My voice slips out gently, lower than usual, not to hide, because the room asks for softness. Each each word floats in the dim air, collecting a bit of glow before drifting on. Outside, the city hums faintly, a distant pulse, a reminder that life continues, even when I choose to slow down. The first chorus rises like smoke curling upward at its own pace. It warms the edges of everything inside me, coaxing out a quiet confidence I didn't realize I brought with me tonight. I lean forward slightly, hands wrapped around a glass that's gone warm from being held too long. Condensation trails down my thumb, catching the dim light in soft glimmers. The beat continues, unhurried, comfortable, letting my thoughts untangle themselves without force. It's the kind of rhythm that doesn't ask for movement, but makes stillness feel intentional. The second verse glides in with deeper color, pads blooming like soft velvet against the walls. My breath evens out and the tension behind my ribs loosens its grip. I let my thoughts wander, not far, not fast, just enough to let the air in, enough to let the night do what it does best. Quiet the noise I pretend not to hear. The second chorus wraps around me fully, warm and slow. It makes the room feel smaller, but in a safe way, like it's holding me steady, keeping me close to the rhythm I didn't know I needed. My voice grows softer but clearer, sliding across the bass like a fingertip, tracing a familiar pattern. It's not about volume, it's about presence. The final chorus arrives with the gentlest lift, the electric piano blowing, the bass humming low, the drums tapping lightly as if afraid to disturb the dim air. I close my eyes, letting the warmth settle in every place. The day left cold, the last notes stretch out thin and shimmer in, then fade like breath against a window. When silence returns, it feels uncomfortable, soft, a place I can sit in for a long time without thinking too hard. I stand slowly, feeling steady, feeling present, carrying the room's warmth with me as I step back and into the night. City lights blink at me like they're trying to start a conversation. Soft pinks, clean whites, tiny sparks skipping across the corner of my vision. I laugh under my breath, pull my sleeves up a little, and step into the breeze that curls around my hair. A bouncy lo-fi beat finds my steps immediately, pattering lightly like raindrops on glass, but warmer, looser, with the hint of play hidden inside each snare. My shoulders sway, hips loosen, and suddenly the whole street feels easier to walk. A playful bass line rolls in beneath the melody, round and warm, a friendly push that lifts my mood. One subtle pulse at a time, it's impossible not to smile with that sound in my chest. The saints glitter above me, tiny notes that sparkle like reflections in puddles I'm not bothering to avoid tonight. The shine makes everything feel just a touch lighter, including me. The first chorus arrives like the opening of a window, fresh air rushing in, soft light widening the room. I hum along, my voice barely louder than the breeze, but perfectly fitting into the groove, wrapping around me. Someone passes by with headphones on, nodding to their own beat. For a moment, our steps match, our rhythms sync, and it feels like the city is quietly orchestrating its own do-and-do-do-do-do-do. My reflection flashes in a shop window, hair dancing, eyes bright, shoulders relax. I blink, and for the first time today, I like the version of myself looking back. The second verse settles in with the softer tone, pads booming gently like the glow beneath neon signs. Thoughts loosen, unravel, float away as if the night air needed the space. I move faster, not rushing, just carried by the playful second chorus rises, wrapped in warm color, a soft celebration of nothing in particular. And that feels perfect, not every high needs a reason. Sometimes the rhythm alone is enough. A tiny vocal chop sprinkles in bright and quick, bouncing across the beat like it's teasing me to move a little freer, so I do, why not? The final chorus opens wide, hymns glowing, bass warm, drums crisp and playful. It's not loud, not dramatic, but it lifts every corner of my mood anyway. I breathe in, feeling the night settle soft and sure around me. My steps fall back into their easy rhythm and the city lights shimmer like they're smiling. I keep walking light on my feet, voice humming, heart airy, carried forward by a groove that makes the whole world feel just a little cuter and a lot more alive. My desk is a mess again, pens without caps, notes I swore I'd rewrite, a receipt with a phone number I don't remember taking. The lamp hums softly, flickering in a way that suggests it's tired of listening. The beat taps in, light and precise, like someone knocking on the edge of my focus. I answer without looking up. There's a half-drawn can on the windowsill, and the condensation has drawn a crooked line down the glass. It looks like a timeline I forgot to follow. Thoughts come in clusters tonight, not linear, not polite. They arrive like birds, landing on wires, too many too close, shifting the balance every few seconds. I start humming, have to drown them out, have to lure them into rhythm. It works for a moment, my breath falls in sync with the bass, my heartbeat with the snare. The first chorus doesn't rise, it contracts, pulling everything in. We're tightening the air around my ribs. It feels like focus, but sharper, like turning a page before finishing the last one. A notification lights up my phone, I ignore it, not out of discipline, just inertia. Movement takes energy, I don't have tonight. The second verse slides in like an afterthought, legends and sparkles skipping across my desk like dust motes catching light. They remind me that even chaos has its choreography. I tap my pen against the edge of the notebook, each tap landing in a pocket of the beat like we practiced it. We didn't, but the rhythm makes liars of us all. There's a sentence here I wanna write, it hangs above the page like a street light over an empty road, but every time I reach for it, it moves. The second chorus tightens again, a small collapsing star beneath my sternum. I breathe around it, let it settle, pretend I don't like how familiar it feels. The bridges are spilling, running where it shouldn't. Thoughts tumbling in on punctuated strands, not pretty, not tidy, but true in a way polished lines never are. The final chorus opens not up but out, making room for the pieces of myself I buried under to-do lists and unread messages. The lamp flickers once more and steadies, my breath follows, the beat softens, the page waits. I put the pen down instead of writing, not out of defeat, but because the rhythm wrote enough for me tonight. I close the notebook, the night exhales, so do I.
Oh. Neon flashes, crosswalk beeps, a bus roars past, trailing warm wind that sticks to my jacket. Nothing is still here, not the signs, not the voices, not my heartbeat. The beat kicks in like a second spine, snapping my steps into clean lines. I don't walk, I thread through bodies, shoulders brushing strangers I never look at twice. Someone laughs behind me, someone argues on the phone. A delivery bike cuts close, tires scraping over asphalt, headlight bouncing, gone before I blink. voice lands low, not smooth, not soft, more like I'm thinking aloud, and the mic accidentally caught it. Short phrases, half-truths, fragments of a day I didn't finish living. First chorus hits without warning, vocal chops spiraling, bass leaning hard into the cracks of the street. It doesn't comfort me, it organizes me. My pulse falls in line, clean and sharp. A billboard flickers, a taxi honks twice, quick, annoyed. A gust of hot air from a convenience store vent wraps around my neck, smelling the noodles and some fry. This is the city's breath, messy, loud, real. Second verse drops with brighter synth, thin lines of color cutting through the noise. My thoughts scatter, but this time they scatter with rhythm, like someone shuffled them into a beat pattern. I can finally read. A siren wails in the distance. I step aside for a rushing crowd, a football, a movement, faces blurred, intent clear. I let them pass, their momentum brushing against my ribs. Second chorus widens, pushing back the skyline. For a moment I feel taller than the traffic lights. Not stronger, just more aligned with the chaos. The bridge unfolds with sudden quiet, not silence, but a pocket of space carved out between car horns and footfalls. It lasts 3 seconds, maybe less, but it's enough to pull breath back into my lungs. Final chorus drops hard, a bass, thick drums, crib city noise, lay it like backing vocals. My voice rides over it all, low grounded, alive in a way that only happens when motion refuses to stop. The track ends, but the city doesn't, neither do I. Traffic rolls, people move, lights change, and I keep walking, not searching for calm, not fighting the noise, just moving through it. Finally in rhythm with the world that never slows down. The city hums low beneath my feet, a quiet vibration running through the concrete, like a secret only night people know. I pull my hood up, hands deep in my pockets, letting the cool air slide across my jaw as I fall into the rhythm, pulsing at the back of my mind. A soft crackle, like vinyl warming up, cuts through the silence, and a mellow drum pattern starts to shape the pace of my steps. Slow, measured, steady, the kind of beat that doesn't hurry because it doesn't need to. Street lights stain the pavement with gold and gray, stretching out long shadows that move beside me like an old friend. I don't shake them off, I walk with the matching their slow confidence sway. A deep bass line rolls in, thick and smooth, hugging the space beneath my ribs. It settles there, a reminder that confidence can whisper instead of shout. My voice comes out low, almost under my breath, a half-spoken melody, a half-sung thought. It fits into the night like it's been waiting for a place to land. The chorus rises gently, not brighter but wider, giving everything I feel a little more room. I breathe in, let it stretch through my chest and keep my stride steady. Tonight I don't need noise to feel strong, I don't need speed to feel like I'm moving. Just the rhythm, the city, and the space in my mind. It finally feels uncluttered. Cars pass slow, the headlights breaking into soft flares against the windows. The reflections flicker across my skin, brief moments of borrowed light. I let them slide over me, each one a reminder that even in the dark I'm seen by something. The second verse drops in with tighter drums, a little sharper groove. My voice follows, calm, grounded, confident in a way that doesn't ask for permission. Thoughts from earlier try to rise, conversations, mistakes, should have said, but the bass pushes them out, turning them into dust beneath the flow. I glance up at the skyline, the edges of buildings cutting into the night like a steady heartbeat. Some lights are on, some aren't, but the pattern makes sense to me. Not everything needs to burn bright to matter. The second chorus drifts in, carried by the warm haze of layer pads. It wraps around me like a loose jacket, comfortable, broken in mind. As I turn down a quieter street, the final chorus blooms, still low-key, still chill, but confident in its own gravity. The kind of sound that lets me walk with my head a little higher without announcing it. The last notes fade into the cool stretch of night. I keep walking, steady pace, clear mind, breathing in the quiet swagger the beat left behind. Soft hum escapes me unplanned, unforced, and for the first time today I feel like I'm moving exactly the way I'm meant to. Slow, smooth, certain.
The city is unfinished at this hour. Steel beams show their bones, and the wind drives dust across the concrete like it's erasing something I can't name. A ventilation unit rattles overhead. Cold air slips down the back of my neck. The street lights here don't glow, they flicker as if unsure whether the night is worth illuminating. The beat enters dry, no warmth, just a pattern that splits the silence into manageable pieces. My steps fall between them, not in rhythm, in agreement. Glass towers in a distance, catch a hint of dawn. A thin blade of light sliding down their edges, it doesn't reach the ground, not yet. Down here, the dark holds its ground longer. My voice comes out flat, not cold, just factual, like reading a report on how the world ended up like this. Short phrases, minimal weight, the truth doesn't always ask for volume. First chorus moves like machinery waking, a low sub-bass rumble pad spreading in metallic sheets. It doesn't lift me, it doesn't need to, it just reminds me the city lives whether anyone watches or not. A delivery truck idles nearby, its headlights carved two pale lines across the pavement, sharp enough to be borders. I step over them without thinking. Second verse comes with industrial hum, a long low tone that vibrates in the gaps between the drums. It feels familiar, like the sound inside my chest when I don't speak for too long. I pass a stack of pallets, a plastic tarp shifting in the wind. Everything here looks temporary, structures waiting for a decision they'll never be told. My thoughts don't wander tonight, they stay tight, close aligned with the architecture. There's no sentiment in this part of the city, only angles and the shadows they make. Second chorus widens, not brighter, just broader, like a tunnel opening into a larger echo. The sound fills my rib cage with clean, cold clarity. I don't feel lighter, I feel defined. A train crosses overhead, the rails screaming for a moment before settling back into silence. The vibration carries through the concrete, up my legs into my hands. It's grounding in a way conversation never is. Final chorus arrives, slow and heavy, a sheet of sub-bass, a thin metallic chord. My voice steady as the city exhales for the first time today. Dawn finally touches the street, a single stripe of pale gold stretching across the concrete like an underline. The world isn't awake yet, but it's aware. I take one more step, then another, my shadow thinning into the new light. Not hopeful, not broken, just moving through a city that makes more sense before it remembers to breathe.
The city looks different tonight. Darker at the edges, sharper in places where the light refuses to fade. I walk slow, letting the cool air settle against my neck while the hum of distant traffic fills the space between each breath. A punchy drum pattern snaps into place, clean, tight, with just enough bite to make the silence feel intentional. I match its tempo, heeled and toe, each step landing like I meant it. A deep bass rolls in thick and low, moving beneath my ribs like a quiet growl. It doesn't shake me, it roots me, gives my stance a little more weight than before. Street lights flicker above a stretch of wet pavement, casting long shadows that bend and stretch as cars glide past. The reflection shift with my footsteps, mirroring me not perfectly, but honestly my voice enters low, almost a whisper, almost a confession. It blends into the night like it was meant to live there, tucked between the bass and the cold air. I don't raise it, I don't need it, the city hears me anyway. First chorus grows like smoke, spreading slow, certain, undeniably present. It fills the pocket of space around my shoulders, lifting them without asking. I take a deeper breath, feel the cold shift into something warm inside my chest. A subtle swagger slides into my stride, not loud, not showy, just true. The second verse arrives with a darker hue, pads swelling like distant sirens, percussion ticking lightly like a pulse under tension. I let it all wash through me, organizing the thoughts I pushed aside all day. Every beat pulls a piece of me back into place. My shadow stretches along the brick wall, long lean, moving just a fraction behind me. It looks solid, strong, a silhouette I can't believe in. The second chorus hits cleaner, more defined. Each note sits exactly where it should, and I move with it, a line steady, untouched by the noise of everything beyond this street. There's power in walking slow when the world around you is rushing. There's confidence in speaking softly and being heard anyway. The final chorus fades in like a dark tide rising, smooth and full. It wraps around me with the weight of something inevitable, not heavy, just real. I lift my chin, feel the night settle across my shoulders like a coat. I finally grew into the last notes, linger in the air, deep and warm. I exhale, one steady and sure, and keep walking. Shadows through the glow, carried by a rhythm that knows exactly who I am tonight.
The city moves differently after midnight, leaner, sharper, all its edges glowing with the kind of confidence it doesn't show during the day. Slip into its rhythm without hesitation, letting the cool air rush past my collar as if urging me forward. A crispy cracks open the silence, quick and clean, each hit landing like a cue to move. My steps shift instantly, longer, lighter, measuring distance, not in meters, but in tempo. A groovy bass line rolls beneath the beat, thick enough to feel in the center of my chest. It pushes me forward without pressure, turning the street into a runway I didn't know I needed. Street lights flicker over the hood of passing cars, leaving bright streaks that stretch across the asphalt like motion trails. I follow them, matching their speed, letting their glow pull me deeper into the night. And my voice slides in low, half rap, half breath, steady as the bass, cool as the air curling against my jaw. It fits the pace of the city, effortless, unforced. The first chorus rises like a corridor of wind, sharp lines of melody cutting through the dark. I feel my pulse climbing arch, not from urgency but from clarity, a sudden awareness of how alive the night can be when you move with a distant train. It's a slow rumble running parallel to my stride, even that falls into rhythm, becoming part of the soundtrack instead of noise. The second verse grows brighter, paths widening, drums hitting with the tighter snap. My steps quick and body leaning forward, as if the street itself is tilting in my favor. Thoughts blur behind me, stuff I carried all day, worries that clung a little too tightly. The wind strips them off like loose threads. I don't look back, the soft guitar picks up around the edges, dim bright strokes that match the glint of light across windows. It sharpens the atmosphere, turns the whole street into a moving frame. The second chorus opens wider, air rushing around my chest as if the world just expanded a few inches. I breathe deeper, stride smoother, mind cleaner. Everything aligns, tempo, breath, footsteps, lights, and for a moment I feel unstoppable in the quietest way possible. Yeah. The final chorus hits with a sleek confidence, no explosion, no beat, just a perfect glide into motion. The beat carries me, the bass supports me, and the night welcomes me in. I slow down eventually, not because the rhythm fades, but because I've learned to move it instead of against it. My breath steadies, my pulse softens, but the energy stays a low hum under my ribs. And as I walk the last stretch, city lights shimmering beside me, I know one thing for sure, I don't need speed to feel fast. I don't need noise to feel alive. I just need this rhythm, this night, this version of myself that moves forward without hesitation. I just need this rhythm, this night, this version of myself that moves forward without hesitation. Without hesitation. Without hesitation.
Concrete above my head rumbles with passing trains. The low vibration rolling down the pillars like distant thunder. I walk beneath it, slow and steady, hands in my pockets, breath turning sharp in the cool night air. A dusty drum loop snaps into the silence, tight, unpolished, exactly the kind of rhythm that fits the rough edges of a place like this. My steps fall in sync with it, each one quiet but certain. The sub-bass hums low, deep enough to feel in my ribs. It climbs through me slowly, anchoring my spine the way nothing else tonight has managed to do. Street lights don't reach here, the shadows cling to the concrete wall, stretching out long and thin, like they've been living here longer than I have. I move through them anyway, letting the dark shape the outline of my thoughts. My voice comes out rougher than usual, not tired, just honest. It echoes off the pillars, mixing with the metallic hum of passing trains. The sound suits me, it suits the night. The first chorus hits like a slow inhale, past swelling behind the beat with a gritty shimmer. It doesn't lift me, it steadies me, gives way to the things I've been carrying a little too long. A gust of wind sweeps down the underpass, kicking up dust, lifting the hem of my jacket. For a moment, the whole world feels like it's moving with me, matching my slow grind, my quiet push ride, a little too long. A gust of wind sweeps down the underpass, kicking up dust, lifting the hem of my jacket. For a moment, the whole world feels like it's moving with me, matching my slow grind, my quiet push forward. The second verse rolls in with darker textures, reverse samples sliding through the air like memories were playing out of order. I let them twist around my thoughts, reshaping them into something sharper, cleaner. My footsteps echo farther now, as if the darkness is pulled back just enough to let me hear myself better. And maybe it has, maybe the night knows I'm not here to hide, I'm here to breathe. The second chorus expands, carrying a grid that feels good in my chest. A quiet intensity I didn't have when I stepped into this place. Each line lands heavier, truer, more mine. A distant car horn, the scrape of metal, the thrum of a generator somewhere in the dark. The city's noises find their rhythm against the beat, joining the track like they were meant for it. The final chorus rises slowly, a controlled burn, never exploding, just deepening the pads, glow metallic, the drums sharp and the bass sinks deeper. My voice follows low and grounded, closing the loop. I didn't realize I've been walking. When the beat fades, the silence under the bridge feels strangely clean, emptied out, safe. I take one last breath, letting the cool air fill the gaps left by everything the music pulled from me. Then I walk out from under the concrete, same pace, same breath, but lighter in ways that matter. The night doesn't need to be bright to move you forward. Sometimes all you need is a beat, a shadow, and enough space to hear yourself walk.
The night opens wide around me, cool air brushing lightly across my cheeks like a gentle invitation. The sky feels taller than usual, a deep wash of blue-black stretching out forever, leaving plenty of room for my thoughts to breathe. A light lo-fi beat taps softly at my heels, barely louder than the wind. Its rhythm is simple, clean, like a heartbeat that's learned not to rush. I fall into it easily, my steps floating just a little above the pavement. Ambient paths drifting thin, shimmering like moonlight reflected on water. They wrap around me without touching, leaving space for the night air to move freely through. My voice slips out in a soft exhale, breathy, gentle, as if singing might disturb the quiet. Settled across the city, but the quiet doesn't break it. Welcomes the sound and carries it forward. The first chorus lifts like a breeze, rising smooth, weightless, opening space beneath my ribs. I inhale deeply, feeling the night expand inside my chest. Streetlights blur softly in pastel halos, their glow diffused by the faint fog still lingering from earlier rain. Each halo brightens gently as I move past, like it's acknowledging my presence. The second verse arrives with a little more color, melodic sparkles gliding across the air like fireflies with nowhere specific to go. They drift around me, filling the silence with a delicate brightness that feels almost magical. My footsteps grow lighter, my thoughts quieter. The noise I carried through the day, the static, the weight melts into the open sky. Lost in the space the night provides, a soft hum escapes me, not quite a melody, just a feeling rising to the surface. It mixes with the pad, settling into a harmony I didn't intend, but don't wanna stop. The second chorus blooms wider and brighter, but still gentle. It fills the path ahead with a soft glow, like someone turned the world down to the perfect volume. The breeze picks up, cool fingers brushing through my hair, lifting strands just enough to remind me I'm moving forward. When the final chorus comes, it feels like gliding, not rising, not running, just floating through a moment that asks for nothing but presence. The pad shimmer, the drums tap softly, the bass hums warm and low. My voice blends with it all, a quiet thread moves with it.
Rushes past me in streaks of white and amber, as if the city decided to move a little faster, just to see if I'd follow. I take a breath, feel the cool air slice clean across my cheeks, and step into the rhythm waiting under my feet. A crisp beat snaps into place, quick, bright, with just enough bounce to nudge my stride forward. My steps stretch longer, lighter, as if the pavement is guiding me instead of holding me down. Lights flicker on passing windows, jumping like sparks from one pane to the next. They mirror the tempo, sharp, playful, electric. I match the energy without meaning to a deep bass line hums beneath it all, warm and steady. A heartbeat that refuses to rush, even when the rest of the world does. It grounds me in a way that feels quietly powerful. The first chorus hits like a cool breeze, opening wide across my chest, not heavy, not loud, just expansive, smooth, lifting the edges of everything I carry today. I let my voice float out softly, just above the drums, just enough to blend with the neon glow around me. It slips through the air like something designed for this exact street, this exact moment. People move past, a cyclist gliding through shadows, a couple whisper in a taxi, slide into the curb, all of them fall into the same tempo for a few passing seconds, and it feels like the whole city is nodding along with me. The second verse rises with sharper clarity, every sense weaving between each drum hit like threads of cold light. They wrap around my mood, lifting it without ever overwhelming. And I move faster now, not because I need to, because it feels natural, easy, as if the night is carrying part of my weight. Thoughts blur past like the scenery, loose ends from the day, frustrations, things I couldn't fix, but the beat breaks them down, turns them into motion instead of noise. The second chorus blooms wider, bright edges softened by the warm bass. It feels like taking flight without leaving the ground. A quiet kind of rise that settles perfectly between calm and momentum. My breath sinks with the rhythm, steady and full. I close my eyes for a moment, trusting my feet to follow the path lit gently beneath me. When the final chorus arrives, it hits cleaner, more confident, a rush of cool air mixed with the glow of distant skyline lights. It fills the space around me, turning the street into a long moving tunnel of sound and color. I walk through it with an ease I didn't expect tonight. Head high, pace light, mind spacious. The last notes fade into the hum of traffic, and I exhale. A slow, steady breath, feeling the momentum continue inside me long after the beat disappears. I'm not running, I'm not chasing, I'm just moving in perfect time. With the night in the way, and the night moves with me.
The night sinks deep into the streets, a quiet haze drifting low. Between the buildings I walk with slow steps, hands tucked in my jacket, feeling the cool air curl around my breath. A tight low fire beat kicks in beneath my thought. Soft crackle, muted snares, a rhythm that moves like smoke rising in lazy spirals. I tilt my head slightly, letting the tempo settle into my pace. The neon signs flicker, painting thin lines of color across the west sidewalk. They slide over my shoes, my cuffs, my shadow, like the city is marking the groove I'm supposed to follow. A deep rolling bass comes in smooth, vibrating just enough to remind me I'm alive in this moment. It pushes gently at the back of my spine, supporting every step without ever taking control. slowly, watching the warm cloud fade into the darker air. It disappears quick, but something about the motion feels grounding. A reminder that release doesn't always need noise. The first chorus rises almost imperceptibly, a soft widening of everything I'm carrying. The pads hover behind me like fog, catching the faintest glow of headlights. It fills the silence without crowding it. My voice settles low, a steady rumble, somewhere between speech and melody. The words aren't urgent, they don't need to be. The night listens either way. I look up at the windows of passing apartments, some lit, some dark, each one holding its own story for a moment. The whole city feels like it's breathing with me, matching my tempo exactly. The second verse lands with a little more weight, still calm, still minimal, but deeper the bass grows, thicker pads stretch wider, and I lean into the sound as if it's seizing pressure from behind my ribs. Thoughts drift through, unedited, unhurried, but none of them stick. The rhythm won't let them, it keeps everything moving slow, certain. A siren whines far off, but even that gets absorbed into the haze, becoming part of the soundtrack instead of cutting through it. The second chorus wraps around me gently, cool but steady, like a hand resting on the back of my neck. I let my eyes fall half closed, breathing in the blend of cold air and warm confidence. By the time the final chorus arrives, the whole street feels like a tunnel of sound. Lo-fi drums echoing off brick walls, deep bass rolling underfoot, pads swirling in slow motion arcs. I breathe deeper, let my shoulders drop, and step into the last lines of the night's rhythm. Unrushed, unbothered, exactly where I'm meant to be. As I reach the end of the block, but the groove stays with me, humming low in my chest. A reminder that even the quietest nights can hold the strongest beats. And I walk on steady, calm, carried by the smoke and the rhythm I refuse to let go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Da, 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 da. Washed in soft blue and gold, I walk with my hands in my pockets, feeling the rhythm rise from the pavement. A low, easy pulse that matches the sway of my breath. A laid back beat settles under my skin, each kick landing smooth, each snare sharp enough to shape the edges of my mood. I don't rush, I don't need to, the tempo moves for me, carrying the tension out of my shoulders, one bar at a time. Street lights blink like subtle signals, reflecting off passing cars and slow liquid streaks. The world feels calm but not quiet, just focused, just clean, just right. A warm bass line rolls in beneath the melody, steady and deep, the kind of sound that makes the air feel thicker in the best way. I let it anchor me, let it settle into my spine, like a reminder that confidence can live in the smallest movements. A soft hum escapes me, half melody, half breath, and suddenly the city feels like it's harmonizing, filling the empty space between footsteps with the glow I didn't expect to find tonight. The chorus drifts in like a quiet wave, smooth, unhurried, but undeniably lifting. I feel my stride wide and my chin rise, my pulse settle into a rhythm I wanna keep. I don't need noise to feel powerful, I don't need speed to feel alive. All I need is this beat, this calm, this slow burn spark under my ribs. Someone's music leaks from an apartment window above, a muffled hook of familiar energy. It blends perfectly with the track in my mind, creating a
second layer of nighttime harmony. I turn the corner and a gentle breeze pushes my hair across my face. It's cool but comforting, the kind of breeze that feels like it knows exactly where I'm going. The second verse unfolds with deeper color, the drum pattern tightening, the bass warming, the synths glowing, a shade richer than before. My steps sync perfectly with every bar, smooth, certain, quietly bold. Thoughts from earlier, the ones that stuck to the edges of my day, begin to dissolve, broken down by the rhythm, steady patience. I breathe easier, think clearer, stand taller. A distant siren stretches across the skyline, but even that slides into the mix, becoming part of the nighttime groove. Everything supports the beat, everything moves with me. When the chorus returns, it's warmer, a soft glow beneath the dark sky. It wraps around my chest, lifting me gently into a space where nothing feels forced. I keep walking, hands loose, pace light, mind clear. The street feels like a long unbroken verse, and every step falls perfectly in time. By the time the last hook fades, the beat lingers in my body, steady and confident, a low hum that tells me I'm exactly where I need to be. The night doesn't ask anything of me, it just moves beside me, slow, cool, and effortlessly alive. And I move with it. Da, 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 ooh, da, 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 The night doesn't ask anything of me, it just moves beside me, slow, cool, and effortlessly alive. And I move with it. Da 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 da.
The pavement still glistens from the rain that passed not long ago. Thin streaks of light stretching across wet asphalt, like somebody painted the street with reflections. I breathe in slow, letting the clean, cool scent fill my chest. A tight low end beat drops into place, steady as footsteps on empty sidewalks. It doesn't rush, doesn't ask, it just moves with a confidence you can feel more than hear. The sub-bass rolls underneath, heavy enough to anchor my spine, soft enough not to shake the calm. In the air I walk to its rhythm, each step landing a little deeper than the last. Street lights shimmering puddles beside me, their reflections bending every time a breeze disturbs the surface. It feels like the whole city is breathing slowly, waiting for whatever comes next. My voice slides out low, half speaking, half singing, quiet, measured but rich with the kind of truth that only shows up after midnight. It blends with the wet air, falling into the rhythm like it belongs there. The first chorus rises with a warm, moody glow, pads swelling softly behind the beat. A guitar echo drifting through like headlights, cutting across the rain. It opens something in me, a quiet stretch beneath the ribs. I keep walking, hands deep in my pockets, watching water crawl toward the gutters in slow silver lines. Every ripple Every shift in reflection looks like a thought I don't need anymore. The second verse arrives with darker color, textures thickening, samples reversing softly like the night replaying itself. My mind sharpens, my breath steadies in the weight I carried earlier feels smaller now, easier to name. My steps echo under an overhang, a hollow sound that somehow fits perfectly into the beat. The city and I share the rhythm, subtle, mutual, unspoken. The second chorus widens, paths spreading out like fog rising from the pavement. It holds me without lifting me, a warm pressure behind the sternum that feels like clarity. The taxi glides past, its tires slicing water into thin silver waves. The sound merges with the music in my head, and for a moment everything aligns. The air, the rhythm, the pace of my breathing. The final chorus blooms slowly, deep and grounded. No hurry, no rise, just a steady wave pushing gently forward. My voice grows fuller, warmer, leaning into the low end warmth that carries the track. When the beat finally thins, leaving only echoes and the quiet drip from a rooftop drain. I exhale long, measured, free. The pavement still shines, but the reflections look different now. Less scattered, more focused. Maybe I am too. I walk on, slow and certain, carried by a rhythm that feels like the city's heartbeat, finally matching my own.
The rain has just stopped, leaving the streets covered in thin silver reflections that tremble with every passing car. I step outside slowly, letting the cool air wrap around my arms like a quiet welcome back. A soft lo-fi begins to pulse beneath my breath, steady, warm, almost sleepy. It carries a leftover glow of distant neon signs, blurring across puddles. I walk without hurry, my footsteps dissolving gently into the damp pavement. The city feels rinsed, lighter somehow, as if all the noise was washed down the drains with the rainwater. A low sub bass slides in, deep enough to settle behind my ribs. It doesn't shake, it hums, smooth and grounding like a heartbeat I didn't know I needed. The chorus rises softly, a slow bloom of sound that warms the edges of my thoughts. I breathe in and feel the air, feel places the day had empty. I hum a quiet line, my voice mixing with the distant hiss of wet tires. The blend feels natural, like the city and I are sharing the same melody for the first time tonight. First time tonight. The second verse begins with faint synth lights glimmering above the beat like reflections dancing in rain puddles. Each note drifts upward as if trying to catch the fading clouds. I let my thoughts wander, not fast, not far, just enough to loosen the knots the day left behind. The rain smell in the air helps soften them, turning them into threads instead of chains. My hair sticks slightly to my cheek, cool from the breeze. I brush it back, feeling the softness of the moment, comfortable, unguarded. The second chorus arrives, a little brighter, still gentle but wide. It spreads through me slowly, lifting each breath like a lantern, rising into night air. Streetlights reflect in broken patterns, creating small paths of gold that flicker as I move through them for a moment. I imagine they are guiding me, not urgently, but patiently. A soft melodic hook echoes out like water droplets falling in slow motion. It lands in my chest and settles there, warm as a memory I haven't lived yet. The final chorus comes with a quiet confidence, not loud, not forceful, just certain. It fills the space around me, painting the air with something gentle and undeniably alive. As the beat fades into low distant echoes, I take a long breath, feeling the cool air wash through me. The rain has stopped, but its calm remains, pulling softly inside my chest like a quiet promise. I keep walking, each step light, each breath easy, carry forward by a rhythm that feels exactly right.
The rooftop air is colder than the streets below, thin and clean, sliding along my collarbones as if tracing the shape of the night. From up here, the city feels slow, a quiet pulse instead of a roar. A tight lo-fi beat ticks into place, minimal and precise, like footsteps on smooth concrete. I let it settle into the space between breaths, filling the silence without disturbing it. Street lights scatter across the skyline, tiny gold sparks drifting in every direction. They blur softly like they've forgotten they're supposed to shine for someone else. My voice enters barely above the breeze, soft, steady but edged with a confidence that didn't exist a few hours ago. The night brings it out of me, coaxing it gently from beneath my ribs. A deep bass line rolls in, smooth as velvet, hugging the underside of the melody. It vibrates quietly against my spine, a low reminder that strength doesn't need volume to be felt. I lean on the railing, watching cars flow through narrow streets like slow burning embers. Their movement calms me, their glow grounds me. The first chorus unfolds like warm smoke curling wide without rising fast. It gives my breath a little lift, a sense of space that wasn't there before. The beat remains patient, never rushing, never pushing, only guiding like a hand at the small of my back, leading me toward a steadier version of myself. The second verse drops in with more color, paths blooming softly behind the rhythm. Thoughts that felt tangled earlier begin to fall into line, clear, neat, no urgency required. My voice glides over the beat with quiet certainty, each word placed carefully like stepping stones across still water. Nothing breaks, nothing ripples more than it needs to. The wind brushes past me, carrying faint music from a bar several blocks away. It blends perfectly with the track in my head, a reminder that the world keeps moving even when I stop to breathe. The second chorus widens, gaining warmth without gaining speed. It settles around my shoulders, soft and sure like a coat I didn't know I've been waiting to wear. As the city stretches out below, I realize how small my worries look from up here. Tiny flickers, momentary shadows in a skyline still glowing strong. The final chorus emerges like a long exhale, smooth, warm, undeniably steady. It fills every inch of space inside my chest without overflowing. I close my eyes, let the air wrap around me, let the beat pulse gently under my skin. When the last notes fade, the silence that follows feels earned, clean, open mind. I stand tall, breathing deep, feeling powerful in the quietest way possible. And when I step away from the edge of the rooftop, I carry the city's glow with me. Soft is dim, lit only by the faint glow, slipping in through the tall windows. Far below, the city hums softly, a scattered pattern of lights, blinking like distant signals. Up here, the air feels still, intentional waiting. A minimal drum pattern clicks into place, clean and controlled, the kind of rhythm that doesn't fill the room. It shapes it, I breathe into the space it leaves, feeling my pulse falling in quiet alignment. A warm deep bass slides in underneath, smooth and low, gathering the stray pieces of my thoughts and pulling them gently towards center. It grounds me without weighing me down. Edison chords float outward like slow moving clouds over a nighttime skyline. They expand just enough to soften the edges of everything I carried up to this floor. My voice comes out soft but steady, not a whisper, not a plea, just truth spoken at a volume the room understands. It hangs in the air like a thin ribbon, light but anchored. The first chorus rises with a subtle lift, barely more than a breath, but enough to shift something inside me. It loosens the tight places, opens the quiet ones, and lets the night settle deeper into my chest. I walk slowly across the wooden floor, each step echoing lightly, not hollow, just honest. The reflection of the skyline moves across the glass, tracking my motion like a companion that doesn't need to speak. The second verse brings a little more color, a shimmer in the pads, a soft expansion in the bass. My thoughts move with it, steady and sure, as if the room itself is guiding them. I think about the day, what I lost, what I learned, what I refused to let break me. None of it feels heavy now from this height. The pieces make sense, they fall into place like lights in a grid far below. The second chorus opens wider, slow, confident breath filling the spaces I didn't realize were empty. My voice glides over it, clearer now, carrying a quiet strength that wasn't there when I walked into the room. Outside, a plane crosses the sky, its lights blinking softly as it disappears behind a tower. A reminder that even in stillness, movement is constant. The final chorus arrives with a refined calm, neither rising nor falling, just steady, centered, whole. The beat holds me upright, the synths lift my thoughts, the bass keeps me present. I close my eyes and let the music hover inside my chest, warm and balanced. The last notes fade with the grace of a light turning off in another room. When silence returns, it feels clean, a blank space, waiting for whatever I decide to place in it next. I open my eyes, take one long breath, and the city below shimmers gently as if nodding back. I stand a little taller, soft, still, quietly strong, and ready for the next step.